Hey boo buddies, Anya here, and it's time for another in my journey as a full-time author illustrator update, as it were. And first thing we need is more tea. Always more tea, yes, in my favorite green stripy mug too. Little bit of milk, little bit of milk. Okay, now we're ready. All right, into the office. All right. So, lately, I have been reading other people's work for critique and beta and helping them out with that because one of the biggest struggles that I'm currently having right now is I don't have a lot of writer buddies. I don't have a lot of author writer friends I don't have that community, and I'd really like to try building it up. And the only way I know how to do that is to reach out, and when people are like, hey, we need a writer buddy, we need some beta readers, we need some ARC readers, and I'm like, oh, I need some buddies of my own, so let's do this, let's read. And I thought I'd take the opportunity to kind of talk about what I expect when beta reading, from both the idea of when I'm beta reading, what do I give and not give as feedback, and in that same sense, it's also what I expect when people beta read for me. So yeah, let's make this kind of like a writing buddy tip video as I explore into trying to build my writer community. The first number one, oh my goodness, I can't believe how many times I have to say this. When beta reading, it's not editing, it's not red pen time. And so many times when people beta read for me, or we're beta reading for each other, if you were expecting red pen, me to find your typos, me to find your comma splices, your grammar, your awkward sentences, I'm not gonna do that. Unless you ask me specifically about, did any of the sentences not make sense? Do we need to draw attention when we send it to the editor? Fine, but I'm not editing, I'm beta reading. As a beta reader, what I'm really looking for is your plot, your storytelling, your character development, plot holes, things like that. So I'm not gonna red pen. And in the past, whenever people have beta read for me, I get red pen back. I get a lot of, this is an awkward sentence, and it usually also results in none of the questions that I send, because I always have a questionnaire, and I expect a questionnaire when I'm beta reading. Like I'm gonna ask you, what do you want me to look at? And I expect you to have a questionnaire. I think that's pretty standard in the community now, of when you send things off for beta read, that you send off a questionnaire for them to fill out and stick to. But if not, I'm gonna ask you, like, what specifically am I supposed to be keeping an eye out for? What specifically do you want feedback for? But even if you don't give me that, I'm still not going to edit. I'm not going to grammar check and red pen your beta read. That's not this step. And that's not what I want back either. Like when I send my stuff off, I don't want red pen. And when I get the red pen from people, even though I specifically asked not to get it, I also tend to not get my questions and my specifics answered. Or I get like one or two, like yes, no, like that's not these. There should be depth to the answers, and I'm not really getting that. So I think a lot of us have been scarred by like high school English classes and creative writing classes at school, where there's just this we have to mark up the page, and the more you mark up the page, the better your participation grade for reading someone else's work is going to get. And it just feels the only way to bring myself up and make myself look how great myself is by bringing another person down. And you can really feel like the pretentious ego boost and the hipster vibe, and just the need to prove how smart you are and the need to prove how superior you are to somebody else. And I don't have space for that anymore, because that's such an outdated approach to, number one, being creative, and number two, being a human. There's just room for all of us to be the best versions of ourselves. And I think that actually might be why I've had trouble in the past finding my people and my writing community, is because I keep coming across people who they just want to prove how much they know without really looking at what's on the page and how I can do better. And I don't know. Last year, I also ran into someone beta reading for me, and I got actual hate comments, not just hurtful comments, but actual actual hate, actual transophobia, actual queerphobia, and just, I'm still not really fully recovered from that experience, and I'm trying to get over it and move past it and start again and try again. But it's been very hard to want to open up with my work to other people, much less trust that I'm going to be safe opening up and trusting people and sharing my work. And I don't think that's fair for the audience. The audience is there, the platform, and this is something I care about. And I don't think my fears and other people's hate should be the reason that we can't get past that I can't make the book that I think I need to make. So beta reading is always kind of a tricky thing. Anyway, I hope you found something out of this video. I hope you enjoyed the update. I had a lot of fun beta reading these projects that I got to do in the month of January, and I hope that it leads to a positive and growing good community for myself. I hope that gave you all something positive to think about with your own creative journeys, and I will see you in the next one, Boo Buddies.